Hi guys, and welcome to this Yoga Thistle video, part one of a series for slightly more advanced practice. And in this first video, we're going to be exploring some of the finer alignment points in the vinyasa flow. So we'll warm up the spine, we'll get familiarized with the knuckles of our hands and the knuckles of our feet, and move through the vinyasa. So let's get started on the mat. So we're going to start sitting cross-legged. Sit comfortably, and even though this is a video for slightly more advanced practice, you might still like to sit up on a block or elevate the hips if you feel like you're gripping. And rest the back of your hands on your knees and close down your eyes. And just take a moment to soften the breath, connect with the breath, following the breath moving in and out through our nostrils. Feeling the energy move up and down the spine. Becoming present to the practice. And slowly opening your eyes and floating the hands all the way up. And then bring the right hand down, leaning across. Keep your butt heavy. Inhaling up, you float on the breath across to the left and side bend. And then you inhale up, once more across to the right. This time tuck in the ribs, turn the belly, the ribs, and the left armpit down towards the right. Reaching on the diagonal, and then opening up, and pressing up and across to the left. And then tucking in the front lower ribs in. Turning belly, ribs, and armpit down towards the left. And then opening back up. Pressing up. And the hands come down. Maybe hands to heart. And then float the hands up. Gently leaning back. Boat pose. Stretch the hands up. And we're going to cross our legs the other way. And lift your hands all the way up. Boat pose. And we're going to cross the legs the other way. And sweeping the hands up. And leaning once more to the right. We're adding on more, so tuck in the ribs, turn belly, ribs, chest and armpit down. And then you're going to sweep forward. All the way across. And you open. Forward and press up. Maybe hands to heart. And then floating the hand all the way up. And leaning to the left. Turn belly, ribs, and chest toward the floor, reaching on the diagonal. And then sweep forward. Right hand down. Open belly, ribs, and chest forward. And pressing up. Hands to heart. Leaning onto your bottom, maybe knees to chest, maybe stretch the legs forward and up. And then crossing your ankles, rolling over, and planting your hands. Adjust yourself so you're now on all fours. Spreading the knuckles wide, knees under hips, and toes pointing straight back, hip distance apart. And then inhale, right hip, right shoulder together. As you exhale, squeeze a little more, maybe look towards your foot. And inhaling around to the left. And as you exhale, squeeze. Inhaling around. And exhale, squeeze, getting into the spine. Last time, inhaling around. And exhale, squeeze. Come back to center. Up cat and down cat. Or as I like to call them, up cat and angry cat. So inhaling, eyes forward, heart forward. Feel the elbows soften and they pull back to move the shoulder blades a little closer together. Then as you exhale, rounding your spine, articulating each of the vertebral joints if you can, look towards your belly button. Angry cat. Eyes forward, heart forward. And round. last time, eyes forward, heart forward. Feeling the heart move forward, the hands and elbows back. And around your spine, feeling your buttocks initiate that movement. And then find your neutral spine. Spread the knuckles of your hands. So noticing where your fingers and your palms meet, those base knuckles. Spread them wide. Feel space between each knuckle. Then leaving each knuckle on the floor, inhale, lift your palms. And then lower the palms. Without the help of the hands, lift the palms. So really feeling a lightness in the wrists, pressing down to the knuckles and then lower the palms. You might feel very strong in the forearms. One more time, lift. And lower. And now tuck your toes. Lift the palms and lift your knees. And slowly lower your palms. As slow as you can. Now the hard part is, can you lift both palms up? And then begin to take your legs back to down dog. And then lower the heels of your hands and the heels of your feet towards the floor. Adjust your stance if you need. And then inhaling up onto tiptoes. And exhaling the heels towards the floor. So now what we were doing with our hands, we do with the feet. Lifting up onto tiptoes. And lower the heels. One more time, lift up high and lower. Now we're going to combine all of this. Lift your heels up high, bend your knees down low, and then round your spine using your buttocks to initiate the movement. Round your spine as you come forward through an angry cat to plank position, and then keeping your hips level with shoulders, eyes forward, heart forward. So you're still trying to round your lower back, but your heart forward, gaze forward. Like you're half an angry cat and half an up cat. And tuck your chin and roll back to down dog. One more time, lift the heels up high. Bend the knees down low. Round your spine like an angry cat. Coming forward to your high plank. Keep your hips aligned with shoulders. Eyes forward, heart forward. Elbows are soft. Feel the shoulder blades moving down the spine. And then rolling back. And then lifting your heels up high, bending your knees down low. Round your spine and come forward to your plank. Bring your knees to the mat. Shift your weight forward so elbows stay over wrists and lower down towards your belly. Keep your hands where they are, wrists in line with elbows. And then keep the fingers, knuckles pressing down. Inhaling to lift your head and shoulders. Imagine you wanted to lift the palms, but you don't. The elbows lift up and back and lower down towards the floor. And again, lifting head and shoulders. Knuckles press down. The palms are light. Elbows lift up and back and lower down. And one more time, lifting up. Maybe each time you lift, you get a little higher and lower down. Now you can tuck your toes, but leave your knees on the floor. And imagine you've got your eyes forward, heart forward. Good. Then just turn your gaze down. With a lightness in the palms, press down into the knuckles, lift your hips, your belly, and your chest at the same time. Just a little off the floor. Half a push-up. And then lower down. And again, the elbows are pulling up and back. Broadness across the collarbones. Lift up, halfway, and down. Now you're going to use all of that to press to the top. And then back to down dog. So getting a sensation for the space across the chest in our push-ups. Lifting our heels up high, bending the knees down low, rounding the spine as you come forward to your high plank. Eyes forward, heart forward. Now you can bring the knees to the floor. We're only going to bend the elbows a little, so you can bend them to a 30-degree angle, 45-degree angle. If you're crazy, you can get them to a 90-degree angle. But only a little bit. Heart forward, gaze forward, bend a little into your elbows. Press down into the knuckles and push up. And again, lower down and push up and back to down dog. Now we're going to incorporate all of that into the flow. So lifting your heels up high, Bending your knees down low. Round your spine and come forward. Eyes forward, heart forward. Bring your knees to the mat for this one. Heart forward, gaze forward, lower down. Head to the floor. Point the toes. Firming up the buttocks, lifting chest, shoulders, head, elbows, but the hand pressed down and lower to the mat. Tuck your toes. Elbows lifting high, hand pushing down. Hips, belly, ribs lift at the same time. And back to down dog. Then lifting your heels up high, bending your knees down low. Walk, step, or float to the top. Fingertips stay on the floor, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Soften the knees, firm your buttocks, and then use the breath to roll you up along the spine, saluting the sun. Palms might touch, and the arms along your side. Let's put it all together in a flow. Sun Salutation A, sweeping up and curling down. Fingers to floor, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. Hands flat, high plank. Now do this first round, maybe you'd like to bring your knees to the floor. Shift the weight forward, heart forward, gaze forward, all the way to the mat. Hand press down, elbows lift. The chest, the shoulders, the head, cobra. And then lower to the mat. Tuck the toes, press up, and back to down dog. And spreading the knuckles of your hands wide. Press them into the floor. Imagine I was about to ask you to lift the palms, but I don't. And then spreading the knuckles of your toes. Reaching the heels to the floor. The knees can be soft. The top of the thighs are pulling the hips away from the hands. And we're still trying to round the back a little bit to get length in the spine. And lifting your heels up high, bending the knees down low. Walk, step, or float to the top. Fingertips touch the floor, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Spread the knuckles of your toes, soften the knees, firm the butt. Breath rolls you up. Saluting the sun. Arms along your side. Round two. Spread the knuckles of fingers and toes. Float the arms up. And trace down the front of the body, fingers to floor, head to knee. Maybe your legs are already straightening a little more. Eyes forward, heart forward. Hands flat, high plank. This time you might like to lower all the way down with the legs lifted. Point your toes, hands press down, elbows, chest, shoulders, head lift up. And lower down. And then maybe you'd like to push all the way up with legs straight and back to down dog. And again, we stay here for a few breaths and explore your body. So the yoga practice is where we reacquaint ourselves with our body, our breath, our mind. Listen to your body's experience of the postures. Listen to your breath's experience of the postures. Let them guide you. And then lifting your heels up high, bending the knees down low. Walk, step, or float to the top. And exhaling, head to knee. Spread the knuckles of your toes, soften the knees, firm your butt. Breath rolls up along the spine. Palms might touch, and the arms along your side. Tadasana. Take a moment. Maybe close down the veil of your eyes. Feel your feet on the floor. And maybe from here, you're finished with your practice. Or you're moving on to video 2.